And welcome back to Making It. Some people define a family maybe as people so endearing that they just seem like family. Well, 39 years ago, Carlos, Octavio, and Hector Huerta created a graphic design business. And as the years went by, they realized the firm had slipped away from them.
They lost interest in some of the design work. In addition, the Huerta brothers had not groomed a successor from their family to take over the business. So an employee, Barbara Cox, became the president, and they considered her one of the family.
And then a year ago, Octavio's son, Gary, hired his father's company to design a logo. And the more they worked together, the more they both realized that his experience in the advertising industry was just the shot in the arm Huerta Design needed. Errol Smith has the story.
Octavio Huerta, Errol learned that he and his brothers were concerned more with the company's maintaining its high standards rather than who actually owned the stock.
So as the business grew and began to become very successful, were you thinking at that time that at one point you would turn the business over to your sons or daughters? And if so, what did you do to prepare them?
We did not have really anyone in the business that was artistically basically inclined. Our son Gary kind of at the last minutes going through the universities and going into the graphics, which was a big surprise to his mother and myself. And he was going to go into advertising agencies and into graphics and designing. And so we didn't think of him basically coming into the studio because most likely it was going to be carried on through Barbara here at the studio.
And just what is Barbara doing to ensure the company's growth?
We have a really great client base, but we've tried to expand that. We've tried to introduce some new disciplines into the creative that we have. We've tried to add to the focus of the work a little bit. We've tried to involve the employees more in the decision-making process.
Barbara explained that the staff of about 26 is just like family, having shared the joys and tears of one another's lives. For Gary, he recalls as a child that the design team was his extended family. So what took him so long to come home to work?
Well, I had brought an internet project of my own to the company, and they had taken the project from business plan through the development of the site and into the marketing. And during the course of that time, they had lent me some office space. And I had helped them do some marketing and some new business efforts. And the relationship just sort of blossomed into a very nice working relationship.
Gary's goal to expand the business into the advertising area is a welcome notion by the company. But the question remains why he wasn't part of the team sooner.
Gary, if I were the son of Octavio Huerta, I would have been angling for a position as president or something from the time I was in kindergarten. But here you are, the son of a successful business owner, and you decide to go out on your own. Why?
Well, first off, I didn't really realize that it was what I wanted to do until I was out of high school. And so when I did decide to pursue it, they obviously, everybody here, my father, uncles, and all the people here, encouraged and helped me in every way they could. I decided to go out on my own because this was primarily a design firm and my interests were in advertising. I also wanted to sort of get my own credential, so to speak, before I came here.
Gary is armed with contacts and creativity, and clients of theirs count on Gary's forward thinking to provide them with the look they need to compete. But how does this dichotomy between business-savvy Barbara and gregarious Gary really work?
Mr. Unpredictable? Yeah. Went out to find out about tattoos, temporary tattoos for a project, came back with one.
It's more of a customized Tahitian yin and yang. Actually, because there's three, the yin and yang is typically two symbols, which represents the opposites. This one has three, so it represents both positive and negative and everything in between. So it's sort of like black, white, and gray.
For Huerta Design, a yin and yang is key to business flow.
I tend to be a very impatient, gotta have it now type of person. I'm always pushing in that direction, and Barbara is a much more, I would say she's a more intelligent business person. She knows how to pace it so that we're being more effective.
That synergy, a great team of people, and award-winning work. By all accounts, Huerta Design will continue to grow and be on the cutting edge of fun for years to come. So Errol asked Barbara if there were strategies she was implementing to ensure Gary's succession upon her retirement.
He's been able to, in the period of time that he's been here, work with all of the clients, work with all of the staff, gain a better understanding of the business side, And hopefully, when that day comes, which it will inevitably come, he will be prepared to step in and assume all of the functions, not just the creative side, but the management side of the business as well.
And when Gary was asked if there was a possibility of family not taking the reins upon Barbara's retirement, he seemed certain that family would indeed drive the company's destiny.
It would be a dream of mine to be able to say that yeah, I've taken over the company later when Barbara wants to retire, or at such a time when I suppose it's applicable. But should the company fall to other stockholders or whatever, I could only hope that it would be the type of situation that it's from within, that it's from a family perspective. Because I think that, like I said, the philosophy here is that there are people who have been here years and years. And if for whatever reason they step to the plate and show that they're deserving of that, I wouldn't hold it against anybody to basically have that stock go to them. I mean, it should be a stock earned, not a stock bought.
What a great team concept, huh?
Oh, it is. And Barbara absolutely is a member of the family.
Absolutely. Well, currently the workload consists of 80% design and 20% advertising. Even in a soft economy, Gary believes that by diversifying, he won't be putting all of his company's eggs in the same